Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tindall here, and I joined a random draft tournament. So the mons we get is random, as well as the battle format is random. So we each get 10 Pokemon, and Pokemon have been split up in tiers, and we get one Pokemon. We get X amount of Pokemon from that tier, but it's randomized from a wheel. And then we use those teams to fight in random formats. So the random formats is between doubles OU, um, OU itself, singles, Battle Stadium singles to be more specific, and then VGC. So the first week I went to play against my friend Dome. Unfortunately, I did not get to record while playing, which is kind of sad. Pokemon Showdown was being really iffy, but anyways, um, we had to play doubles OU. And so this is his team that these are all the mons he can bring. He has Landorus, Whimsicott, Blaziken, Tangrowth, Ninetales, Aggron, and Roserade. He no longer has a Roserade. That was traded out. Uh, Gardevoir, he has Pinsir, and I believe he traded out Wigglytuff right before we battled for week 1 trades. So that's pretty much his team. I can't remember exactly what the other 2 mons he had. Um, so I have Rillaboom here with Gyarados, Grimmsnarl, Duraludon, Chandelure, Sceptile, Togetic, Mudsdale, Wobbuffet, and Carracosta. So we did get our team logo Pokemon. So he did get Gardevoir, and I did get Carracosta. Uh, Unfortunately, Carracosta is not the greatest mon, so I couldn't use it in this battle. But we have Grimmsnarl. So we have a Grimmsnarl, pretty standard. Uh, we also have a Rillaboom, which is also standard. Same with Duraludon. And then we have Chandelure, which is Infiltrator instead of its like Flame Body or Flash Fire. And the reason is because I want to break through Aurora Veil with this mon, so I can take out his stuff like Pinsir and everything like that. We have Special Gyarados. The behind this is it kills Landorus with Special Ice Beam, hopefully. Um, and then we have Togetic here, which is Follow Me, which is pretty standard, Eviolite, and Water Pulse, as well as Serene Grace, just to boost that confusion chance to 40% instead of 20. So I'm going to pull up the replay here in a minute, and we will watch it together. Okay, so here we are, and as you can see, he brought his Landorus, he's also brought his Blaziken, Whimsicott, Gardevoir, Pinsir, and Ninetales Alola. Looking at this, I was like, I've already was set on bringing Grimmsnarl in the lead with Gyarados because I was hoping that he would lead off with Intimidate, so I can just get rid of Landorus as fast as possible because it's a decent threat against my Duraludon, which I'm hoping can sweep the rest of his team out. In this format, you cannot use Dynamax, so we cannot use Max Rillaboom, and we cannot max our Duraludon, which is very unfortunate, but that's completely fine here. So, we're just going to start the game. So he starts the game off with Ninetales, which is pretty expected, and Pinsir. Now, I go Grimmsnarl as well as my Gyarados. That Pinsir is actually choice banded, so that's going to cause a lot of damage. So I go ahead and Fake Out just to get one turn less of screens and try to kill this thing as fast as possible with Gyarados' Fire Blast. And unfortunately, Gyarados misses, so that causes a problem already. You'll see a pattern here in this game as well. So that causes a problem already, so I have to protect here of Gyarados and get up Reflect. I did not know it was banded at this point, so he does get a Aurora Veil, which means I can no longer kill with Fire Blast with Gyarados. And so I'm not in the greatest position here. So I'm going to get Light Screen up and sack Gyarados because the Blizzard was just enough to get Gyarados into Rock Slide range there with screens up and -1. So he gets the Moxie boost, so he can he's back to neutral, and so he has Choice Band. So now I bring in Chandelure here using the Infiltrator as he does Fake Tears, the Chandelure, and Rock Slides. The Rock Slide missed on Chandelure, which is very important because it allows me to easily get this flamethrower off and kill his pincer through screens. And I'm just going to go ahead and Spirit Break to lower the blizzard damage coming from Ninetales here. So now his Gardevoir comes in, one of his team's signature mon, as he ally switches in blizzards, trying to just kill the Grimmsnarl, but the Grimmsnarl barely hangs on. So I'm going to go ahead and Shadow Ball here, trying to pick up the Gardevoir KO, hoping that the Ninetales would protect or not use ally switch from Gardevoir. So I was trying to pick up the Gardevoir KO, which didn't happen. So seeing Blaziken here, and knowing that my team is all going to be slower than Blaziken, and I can't really do much against this thing, I go ahead and just sack Grimmsnarl and click Trick Room here. So now Blaziken's getting even slower in Trick Room because of the +1 speed, and I'm bringing in Togetic. Now Togetic does come in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Encore, trying to get him to lock into Protect. Unfortunately, he does do the ally switch, so I Shadow Ball. It does a nice chunk, about 72%, I believe. As I find out it is special Blaziken, which is very interesting. I would have gone physical at this point. But it's a nice tech, and I can't really move stuff away, except for single target moves like Aura Sphere, but Heatwave is also a really good move. So I go ahead and Shadow Ball here, just to try to kill Blaziken, which didn't end up happening. Which is perfectly fine. As Gardevoir does come in for Blaziken, he wants to save Blaziken for Duraludon. As he does Fake Tears on my Togetic, and I just go ahead and click Water Pulse, trying to pick up the Blaziken KO, and then Flamethrower, ending the Whimsicott, knowing that it's a pretty big problem. Especially if you get Tailwind up, then I'm pretty much done here. So Blaziken comes back in, better than Lando. He just stalls out the Trick Room turns, and my Light Screen's about to end as well. So Dazzling Gleam does pick up the Chandelure KO. So my Togetic is at it's at -2 now of special defense, and a max special defense, max HP on that. So I go for the Follow Me, making sure I don't get hit by a mixed Blaziken, as it's not mixed, it's Aura Sphere, and I want to go ahead and pick that KO off because it's a really big threat. As he heal pulses, and since I use Follow Me, I actually got my Togetic to heal. So now Lando comes in with Gardevoir in front of my two special attackers, trying to keep that Intimidate off of Rillaboom. So he does knock off my Togetic's item. I barely missed the KO on Gardevoir, which is very unfortunate. As I'm just go ahead and Follow Me, there's no real reason not to with Togetic, just to make sure something doesn't happen. And then I miss a Draco Meteor, which should have killed the Lando T, at least got it really low. And since I missed that Draco Meteor, he can easily protect here, and Dazzling Gleam once again, killing my Duraludon in the process, and I'm just going to Water Pulse because he's just going to click Rock Slide. So Rillaboom comes in here. So knowing this, I need to get rid of this Lando T pretty badly, so I go ahead and Grassy Glide here. As well as, I did go for an attacking move of Water Pulse into the other slot in case he didn't ally switch. But Lando goes out anyways, which is, Togetic goes out by Lando anyways, which is very unfortunate. I called a 50-50 correctly here. What I thought was, he thinks I'm going to go for Lando, and I was hoping his Gardevoir didn't have Mystical Fire. So I was like, I'm not going to risk Mystical Fire, so I'm going to go ahead and Grassy Glide into the Gardevoir, killing it, and I know I can take out Lando 1v1 because I don't believe it carried Fly, especially in double OUs, especially since it can't max it and use max Airstream. So I didn't think he brought Fly, and I end up winning the game. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it wasn't the greatest game. It was fun, but a lot of misses. It should have went. It could have went both ways really easily. But if he didn't miss 2 or 3 of his moves, he would have won the game, I think, pretty strongly as well. So this game was pretty wild in the fact that all the misses happened. Not a lot of hacks, to be honest, but it was a pretty good game, and hopefully, probably next week, I will have to do the same thing here, and then hopefully the 3rd week of Random Draft, I can get a live video. Alright, so I'm gonna head out.